Ahoy, this is Zdenka. The LumaFusion complete walkthrough tutorial is starting right now. In this video, you will learn where everything is, you will get familiar with LumaFusion, and you will also figure out what all those icons mean. More tutorials are coming up, so don't forget to subscribe if you are not already. As this software is exactly the same on iPhone and iPad, I'm gonna be using iPad in this video as the screen is much bigger. Once you open up the LumaFusion app, you will be greeted by this interface. Top left window is where you will be able to see all your video clips and all other files, such as transitions and text, you will be placing onto a timeline. The timeline will be displayed in the projects window below, and preview of clips you will see in the window on the top right. Let's start with creating a new project. Let's tap on Press Plus to create your first project. Let a window will pop up. By default, you will see the title My Project. That one you can change to whatever you like. I'm going to call it First Video. Frame rate, aspect ratio, and color space is right now set to based on the first video clip edit. What it means is that once you import the first clip, it will change all this the way it was filmed. So if your clip was filmed in 24 frames per second, it will be 24 frames per second. If the video was 16:9 landscape, it will be just that. If you, however, want to change frame rate, you can do so by selecting these three lines on the right. Now you can see a choice of different frame rates. The same thing goes for aspect ratio. If you filmed your video in landscape, but you need vertical, change it here. Lastly, you can also change color space. Now I'm not gonna change anything, I'm gonna leave it as it is. So let's hit the plus icon and we are ready to go. When you click on the little bottom icon on the left, you will be able to see your new project here. If you are going to work on multiple projects at the same time, all will be displayed in the window, so you can select the one you will be working on. How do we add videos? The top left window is currently black. Let's explain this section. When you click on the top left icon, you will get to your photos and videos you have in iPad or linked folders. I can link here iCloud Drive or my iPad. Importing means that once you import media by clicking the top right button, you will see files from Box, Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, Files app, and another source. You can also download footage from Storyblocks. Some are free, others are paid, titles, transitions, and you can add another sources. In Use Sources, you have on the left. Available sources you can add are on the right. I'm going to go back to Photos. All photos and videos to access everything I have on this iPad. There are many ways you can view and organize these clips. When you selected one of the clips, you will see it right away in the right window. When you have one of the clips selected, and when you press those three dots on the top right corner, you can rename the clip and write notes. Let's deselect the clip. When I press the icon at the bottom left until the icon is blue, I can select clips in the order I want. If I press the next icon next to it, I can select all clips. If I press again, I will deselect. When you select a clip, you will notice that this circle shows up. Once you hit that, you can choose any of those colors to mark the clip. If you have many files, you can use search to find something specific, or you can change the view and sort the list by all these choices: title, date, size, color, notes, and duration. Let's look at the video preview window. I selected a random clip. When you click on the video or play button, you will play the video. Let's go through all those icons below. First one is information. Here you can also rename the clip, add notes, and see all information about the clip. Next to it is a color tag. This is when you want to mark certain parts of the video. You can click on the tag, select the color you like, and write a note. To delete the tag, just select it and press delete here. Let's say I'm playing a video and I want to select the start from this moment. I can either press this icon or I can drag the yellow part here myself. If I want to go to the beginning of the clip, you can do so here. This is play. This is where it's going to take you to the end of the clip. And again, you can drag the end of the clip or press this icon to move it. Next icon will be add the clip to a timeline. Then you have an undo icon to take you step back and a redo to take you step forward. If you want to add clips to a timeline directly from the Files window here, just double tap on the clip or press, hold, and then drag to a timeline. You can do it with a single clip or several selected clips. Let's check out the timeline and see what you can do there. I have imported 3 random clips on the timeline. When you drag left and right, you can go through the video. If you want to change the order of the clips, just tap on the clip and drag it between the clips. If you go over a clip, you can replace it. You can use your fingers like this to zoom in or zoom out on a timeline. I'm going to zoom out completely and move it to 0. If you want to trim the clip, you can either drag the beginning of the clip and move it to where you want it to start. You can do the same with the ending of the clip. Just drag it where you want it to end. Or you can move the clip so the blue vertical line is at the spot where you want it to start. Hit scissors to make a cut. Then click on the part you don't want and press the delete button. Let's explain the rest of the timeline and all those icons below. On the left, you see the audio bar. Here you can increase and decrease the overall sound. If you want to turn off the audio, just hit this audio icon. The first icon on the left I already showed you earlier, and that is your project. When you are there, you get several buttons below. You can create new projects, you can import and restore the project, you can duplicate selected projects, you can optimize and consolidate projects, and delete projects. On the right, you can search for a project, change order, share and export, and settings are next. I will go back to them later. Let's go back to the timeline. Second icon on the left will open up these controls for each track. The main track already has a video. You can add more tracks of other video clips above and music and audio effects below. You can link them to the main track. You can lock the track so you don't accidentally make any changes to it. You can disable them if you want to see only certain tracks, and you can also mute the track. Next icon pulls up audio controls. Here you can increase or lower the audio of each track separately. I'm going to disable these as we don't need them right now. The majority of these icons are grayed out as they apply to a clip. I'm going to select the first clip so you can see those icons, and let's explain what they are. If you press the plus icon, you will duplicate the clip to another track. Next icon will copy the audio from the selected clip to the audio track. Next icon will link video clips together. Let me take away those extra tracks to keep it simple and select only one clip. The pen icon will take you to the clip controls. You can also get there by double tapping on the clip. I will explain those controls shortly once I finish explaining the timeline. Next icon will take you to user effects and presets. Once you make adjustments to a clip, if you choose to save these adjustments as presets, you will find them here. Next icon will take you where you can copy and paste selected clip or specific attributes. This icon shows the part of the clip you are using on the timeline. This is the trim part you are using out of the whole original clip. Plus sign in a circle will let you add voiceover, transition, blank clip, main title, and overlay title. If you want to add creative transitions, you have to go to the titles window and choose one there. Simply drag it onto the timeline. When you double click the title on a timeline, you can customize it further. You can completely change it around. Text, colors, shapes, all is there. When you add any of those transitions to a timeline, you can make the transition longer or shorter by just dragging the sides. Delete icon is to delete the clip. Further right is where you can change the view of this workplace. You can change it to what you need to see. If you look at the center of the screen, you will see light gray lines. If you tap and hold, you can drag it all around to change the view. Share and export icon is next. And finally, another large section opens up where you can change all project's settings, such as frame rate, aspect ratio, color space and background color. Clip defaults can be changed here as well. This is where you can also select fit mode, how long the photo, title, and transition will play for when you import them to timeline. The audio ducking feature automatically adjusts sound levels, lowering music and other sounds when a subject speaks and returning to a normal after. This is where you can change all ducking settings. Preferences are on the next page. Here you can change all new projects defaults, user interface, advanced settings, and frame IO settings for those who like to share projects with your team. Cleanup section is good to check once in a while so you can speed up your system. It's time to double-click on the clip to pull out all controls. First of all, if you press and hold this question mark at the top, you will be able to see what all icons mean. I absolutely love this feature, and that should be included in all editing apps. This is so helpful for beginners. When you look at the video controls, the play button does more than just play and pause the video. If you double tap, it will be playing the clip in a loop. If you press and hold, you can precisely move the clip frame by frame. The first page is controlling frame and fit. This is where you can do all the animation. On the right, you have a choice of many pre-designed fits and animations. There's half left, which is great if you want to fit 2 windows in the frame in kind of a vertical format. Half right is there, pan left animation is there. Let's select that. If you play the video, you can see how the animation will be played out. Zoom out, pan right, tilt up, and more, all the way to picture-in-picture frame. And if you want to go back to the original, just hit Reset All. Small icons below will flip the frame vertically, rotate the clip, fit in the frame, and the star here will save any animation you created. Let's say you created a custom zoom in animation and you want to apply it on another clip, so you will save it here under the start icon. Let's check out fit mode. This is used when the aspect ratio of your project is different from the aspect ratio of your source media. In that case, you can choose one of these fit modes to fill up the frame. Cropping controls are next. You can use sliders to crop from left, top, right, and bottom. If you need precise controls, you can tap on the pen icon here to see the exact position. The simple way would be just moving the frame with your finger. You can make it smaller, bigger, and move it around. Below, you can create soft edges or vignette and control radius. One more last control is invert. For example, you have this left side. Hit invert and it will switch. Size and position controls are next. And as I said before, you can resize and reposition the framing just with your finger, or you can use all those controls on the right. If you have a cricket horizon, zoom in a little bit and rotate to get it perfectly straight. Blending has opacity controls and blend modes. This is if you want to fade the clip or if you are using clip on top as an overlay. Choose preferred blend modes to achieve the right look to blend 2 clips together, and this is your result. Let's look at the left side of the screen. Below your clip preview, you have all play and pause controls. If you look left, there are circles with plus in them. Those are keyframes. Let's say I want to create animation when the clip is going to zoom in. I will move the line to the beginning of the clip and hit the plus in the circle to create a keyframe. Then I will move the line at the end of the clip and increase the size of the clip. At this point, another keyframe was created on its own. Now when I play the clip, it is going to zoom in. If I don't want a certain keyframe and I want to delete it, I just select that keyframe and press this blue circle. Now it's gone. So this was frame and fit. Now it's time to check out the next page, which is speed and reverse. Here is where you can speed up and slow down clips. You can also reverse the clip so it plays backwards. And you can enable maintain audio pitch. Let's say you want the clip to play a little bit faster, so this will help to maintain the same tone of the voice. And if you didn't select that, it would be way higher. All right, the next page is stabilize. Here is where you can stabilize your footage in case it's a bit shaky. You can use one of the presets on top, such as light, medium, and strong, or also connect shutter. You have choices light plus shutter, medium and shutter, and strong plus shutter. Below is where you can bring the overall strength up or down. You can turn it off, or you can also enable automatic shutter correction. Advanced strength gives you extra controls over horizontal, vertical, rotational, and zoom strength. When you stabilize your clip, it's always going to zoom in a bit. You can control it on an advanced scale where you have smart and fixed scale controls. And under the advanced margin, you can choose the color of your choice or video, well, to fill the margin. Audio page is next. Here you can make lots of changes to your audio. It could be another separate video on this topic, and the video would not be short. As this is introductory walkthrough tutorial, let me explain where everything is. When you press the question mark icon, you will see again some controls explained. On the right, you have dynamics controls, distortion controls, filters, plugins. Below is where you see basic configuration, where you can control stereo and ducking. Gain is next, where you can make the audio louder. You can adjust pan or use graphic equalizer to adjust audio further. Whenever you're going to select one of the effects on the top, further controls of that effect will show up in the lower page. Let's select, for example, a high-pass filter. And now you can see further controls below. If you want to go back, just hit the undo button. The audio controls are very extensive here. Last page for clip controls is color and effects. Here again, when you press the question mark icon, you will see where all main controls are located. For those who are familiar with video scopes, you can enable them by clicking the video scopes icon here. If you press the icon and hold it, you can change the view of the scopes. To turn them off, just hit the icon again. The first section on the right are color presets. You can apply whichever you like, or you can just select the original to pull up all controls to make your own changes. When you make some changes and want to compare it with the original look, just tap on the eye. To bring it back, tap on the eye again. If you want to save this effect, you just create it as a preset. Hit the star icon. And if you don't want it, you want to delete it, there is a delete icon next to the eye icon. If you have existing LUTs or presets, you can import them there. Next page is user LUTs. You already have some choices here. When you select one, you can blend it or make the effect not so strong with this slider. Let's go to the next section, which has many more effects like light work, vignettes, invert, comic, edge work, and so on. Another page is blur and sharpen effects. Creative effects are next. And keyers are last for those working with green or blue screen. The star icon at the end will take you to your presets you just created. I hope you found this video helpful to get you familiar with LumaFusion video editing app. Please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for future videos. Let me know in a comment section below if you would like me to continue with tutorials for this particular video editing app, and what actually you would like to learn, what part or which section you are struggling with, what do you want to know. That will help me to plan future videos. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao. Ahoj.